Hi friends. Today we'll be discussing our question on Dravidian linguistic family. Right. An Indian family in Indian population, and I have given the question as the Dravidian language and its Dravidian language and its threats. Right. So, before getting into the technicalities of the question, let us understand how can you structure this question. There can be an intro, right? Then classification, then distribution or a division, or maybe classification and distribution, right? Then threats, right? And the significance of Dravidian language. So we are dividing this topic into this question into one, two, three, four, five, five side headings, right? This should be your structure for any of your any question on the language, especially of the second chapter. So let's come to the introduction. What can we write in introduction? So there's a linguistic survey by done by somebody. So there's 25% of the population with the Dravidian language. You please do keep it in the box, the Grierson, underline the linguistic survey of India. So it gives the anthropological orientation or authenticity to your introduction. Next, classification. Of course, the Dravidian language is classified into three categories: southern, central, and northern. Right? You can write. You know this information, right? You can write it down. Various southern languages, central languages, north, and also do include the tribal languages in this case. And to the right side of your answer, instead of what generally people do is that after classifying it, they draw a diagram below it so that they occupy manager space to gain good marks, maybe to fill up the space for the 10 markers. But that's not required because we have much more content to write, which I'll be telling you later now. So in the distribution, you can just classify and mention the names of the various Dravidian languages distribution across these regions. Then now this is the main important area to score. It is that threats to the Dravidian language. So you see, there is a domination of mainstream languages on tribals. For example, Telugu on Chenchus and Yanadis. So there is Chenchus and Yanadi language. So through your education system, the mainstream education system, you're dominating the tribal languages, right? Then lack of script is one for the tribal languages. Yeah, example Erukala and endangered tribal languages. Endangered tribal languages, according to UNESCO in India, there are 200 languages got extinct or or under endangered. Exactly. So Savara is one such language where because of declining of population, there is a decline of the language. Then minority languages are discriminated. Again, what is a minority here? The number, there are few in number. For example, Telugu language in Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Nadu government discriminates against Telugu people or the Telugu languages in the schools exist. So these are the four threats, maybe a random threats. Now significance. This is the most important point where you can connect your paper one and paper two other topics with relevant to this topic, uh, with relevant to this concept. So this is what we generally speak about the toppers or the various institutions interlinking of the topic, but they don't tell you how to interlink and where to interlink. So this part. So here under significance, under cultural, there is a cognitive, the Dravidian linguistic study of Dravidian linguistic helps in cognitive anthropology, through study of languages. What is cognitive anthropology here? To simplify that for the freshers, it is to understand what native thinks about their culture, right? Their mind process. But how can an outsider know what they think about their culture? Through their language, understanding the rules of language. So through rules of language, we can understand. So by studying cognitive, the Dravidian language, you can study, you can develop the cognitive anthropology also. Next, study of classical languages. Classical languages and their status. For to be qualified as a classical language, you need certain criteria. So in order to establish that criteria, you need to study this trivial. Next, socially, social relevance is that significance is the study of linguistic and ethnic movement. This is somewhere related to the seventh chapter and the 9.2 in the 9.3 in the paper 2, right? For example, the Dravidian movement based on Tamilian language or the Dravidian language culture, right? So the Telugu movement, linguistic, understanding the, I mean, Andhra for the people of speaking Telugu. So these are certain Telugu movements, I mean, language movements taking place. So in order to understand the linguistic and ethnic movements, how they are related, you need to understand the Dravidian language also. This is a significance, and you can conclude it finally. Since it is plays an important role in understanding the culture, anthropologists are interested in studying the Dravidian languages. That could be a simple and a welcoming culture. So this is my approach. So the key takeaways are here. One, the structure, right? What is our structure? Intro, classification, diagram, threads, and significance. And how can we write the significance? As I mentioned here, right? These are the links. So our next topics will be discussed on the same lines, on the structures, intros, and everything. So thank you. Have a good day.